Welcome to Off-Grid Oregon. Today we're working on a bear-proof trash can. I'm a bear! Rah! Rah, 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 rah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Or maybe I'm a gorilla. Please subscribe. Alright, I got a bear problem here. I don't normally keep my trash on the ground with the trash can sideways. I think you get the idea. I have to figure out something that involves metal and manliness to fix this problem. Okay, so I want to make a bear-proof trash can, and I'm going to use this 55-gallon drum. I'm going to have to make some sort of lid that you can lift up and then put back down and secure. Okay, so using the angle grinder, if you just cut through kind of all the way down to the barrel itself, I think that'll work. So we're going to keep going. I tried a Sawzall. I tried a metal cutting circular saw. I think the angle grinder is going to work the best. I put on a new disc. Alright, see how this lid goes on now that I got it off. Put some WD-40 on this part to help get it off. That helped. It goes on there pretty good. I think that's going to work. Alright, here's my idea for the hinge. Got a hinge there. Got these two pieces of wood so you can attach it to the barrel. Go like that. Like that. You got to kind of keep it away from the edge of the barrel so that it opens good. Maybe I'll try and find a picture of like the real metal ones you can buy and you get the same idea. Now this particular barrel is kind of domed in the center, so I don't have to shim it. I got the right length wood, so basically it's going to go from one side will be touching that high point, and the other side will be touching the lip there, and that makes it pretty level. And then there's an old barrel, you know, it got dropped or damaged or something, and there's a flat part. So that will work out good for attaching a board to it, so it'll rock less. I mean, it's probably going to rock a little bit, may have to shim it. Alright, I'm going to kind of figure out how I want to attach this thing exactly. I think looks like the flat part's right about here. I'll make some marks. Okay, do 4 screws kind of around the general area, I guess. Alright, I'm going to attach it with like 1 1/4 sheetrock screws. It's obviously not the greatest screw in the world, but I think 4 of them would be pretty strong. Gotta line it up to my lines. It looks like these 4 screws are going to flatten out the curve of the barrel enough that probably won't have to shim it. Okay, we're going to mark out the top here. It'd be real nice if I could screw it from the top down into it, but I'm going to have to Come from the inside again. Oh well. This top is warped quite a bit, so there's a little bit of rocking. Hopefully that doesn't screw everything up. Now the question is, can I get them into this lip? Boy, it is just about the size of a sheetrock screw head. Make myself a good starting point so it doesn't wander. Alright, we'll use our marks here again. The barrel kind of holds the lid for you, which is nice. We'll throw a screw in. Alright, I'm going to put the hinge on here. Put a shim in here to shim this part out. I had to move, I moved them around. You basically you got to do whatever you got to do until you get it as good as you can, and then you're done. It ain't gonna be perfect. If it works, that'll be sweet. Okay, I'm gonna need to put a handle on it and some latches of some sort. But basically, it opens. Feels all right. You can kind of push it down, and it makes a secure connection from about there to there, which I think will be enough. It's going to depend on the barrel you have. Okay, I want some sort of stop, so that when you open the lid, it can't fall all the way back. So, this is just a hack job like the rest of this, but I'm gonna put some wood on here that I think will work. And that's all I'm gonna do. Alright, see if this stop works. It's good enough for me. So I have these kind of fancy, heavy-duty latches. Here's one that has like a cam action and pulls the thing tighter when you do it. But anyways, I'm not going to do any of that. Alright, I need some little washers for my next step, so I'm just going to take some of this plumber's tape and make washers. I think I need 4 of them. Use some tin snips. I want the little hole ones, so I'll just cut off the big hole parts. So there's 2 little holes. And I'll save these big hole ones for later, because those work good with sheetrock screws, but I want something smaller for these bolts. Here's the little kind of bolts I'm going to use here. This is a tie down for the wires. I think if I have 3 points holding the lid down, one of which is the hinge, then I don't think any bear is getting in past that. So I'm going to do a couple holes. The top here for a wire. So all you have to do to attach a wire is just make 2 holes and run your wire through it. And then I'm going to make a little place for these bolts so that you can just wrap the wire around the bolt. And I'm going to do the same on over on Darn it, there we go. Over on this side. So have one there, have one there. Yeah, so we got it there. We got it there. It's not exactly dividing the can into thirds, but that'll be good enough. All right, I put these little bolts on there. Just sandwiched it with 2 nuts and those washers that I made. So you got these 2 little attachment points there sticking out. I'm sure I'm going to walk by there and get caught on one once and really regret it, but that's how I did it. Okay, I'm going to take a piece of baling wire and I'm going to run it through these 2 holes. Bend over the wire first so you got 2 things to work with. Twist it together like that. Trim that off later. Basically now when I want to latch this thing, I'm just going to go like this. And that ain't coming up, even with a bear. Might poke the bear in the nose, who knows. Okay, I added a little piece of wood there as a handle for lifting things up. So I guess I'm done. It's locked down with the wire right now. Got my hinge, got my stopper. Done with wood. Final thing I'd like to say is, so I made this one because this is the barrel I had. But I think different barrels have different kinds of lids. So if you have several barrels sitting around, you know, pick the one that would be the easiest, because cutting that top off was not easy. If you're buying one, they probably have a bunch of different kinds you can buy. So buy the kind that has a lid that comes off easier. Or just do what I did. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Ain't no bear getting in this thing. Although, boy, if they jump up, put it on its side and jump up and down, it'll get messed up. Postscript. I'm also going to drill some holes in the bottom in case condensation makes it wet or something. So I've been using this for maybe 6 months, and it has stopped a bear one time, and it has failed to stop a bear one time. After you put the wires on about 20 times, they break. And so I got lazy. See, there's the old wire. And I got lazy and didn't put a new wire on there. And the bear got into it, tipped it over, and spread trash everywhere. So now I got new wires on there. I got a wire attached to the old wire. And I set myself a couple extra wires on here. So don't be lazy. Because so I put on the new wires, and then I came back a few days after that, and it was tipped over, but it wasn't opened, and there was no trash anywhere. So that's the story.